Back in Philly, and back with a special edition of Market Wrap. So I flew back from Switzerland a few days ago after spending a week in Zurich and Geneva, and it was a great trip. We went over to attend all the auctions and also exhibit and meet many of the collectors and brands that attend the Geneva auctions. Now, this was one of the most important auction seasons, I would say, since 2020. Now, let's flash back a little bit. If you remember back in 2020, we were all sitting at home in the midst of COVID, and we were all sitting home watching the Phillips auction, and it exploded. Prices took off, everything sold, and we saw the start of one of the greatest bull markets for watches in history. Now, fast forward 3 years, and over the past year, we've seen a big correction in the market, with many hype watches falling dramatically from their 2022 peaks. For the past 6 to 8 weeks, it had felt like the market had found its footing. Watches and Wonders gave us a boost, and now we have the big Geneva auctions. So over 1,000 lots will be coming into the market, and many of us in the business were curious, probably a little nervous, to see how the market would respond and what the feeling would be. Would pieces not sell? Would it sell but at low numbers? Would we see a bounce back in the market? So the 4 big players in the market are Phillips, Christie, Sotheby's, and Antiquorum. And we started on Friday with a very special auction, the Art of Journe at Christie's. Now, everybody knows F.P. Journe is one of our favorite brands at WatchBox, and this sale was a single brand sale with 40 lots, all from F.P. Now, this is the most Journes that have ever been in a single sale, and really ran the gambit from a clock to the number 2 subscription piece that would give us a great indication of the depth of this market. Now, the auction room was filled, collectors, press, watchmakers, and the who's who of the watch market. Waco from Revolution said a few words, and we were off. Now, the auction started a little slow, with the first few pieces selling, but at the lower end of the market prices, and then momentum started building. The black labels went strong. The mother of pearl piece brought over double the low estimate, and the jade tourbillon brought over 1.25 million. An aluminum centograph sold for 190,000, and the pre-resonance subscription brought over 1.5 million. Now, we finally closed with the number 2 subscription piece, and that brought over $3 million. When it was all done, we had a white glove sale. All lots sold, a total of over 15 million changed hands. Now, it was a big day for F.P. Journe, and he really cemented himself at the top of the independent game. So Saturday brought us back to Christie's for the normal sale of 160 lots. Rolex led out of the gate, and strong. A 116-500 LN, black, yes black, brought 49,000, a crazy number. The John Mayer, over 100,000, a Batgirl, 25,000. A rose gold rainbow brought 536,000, back to peak levels. There was some beautiful pieces in this lot. A beautiful Tank Cintre Platinum from the 20s by Cartier brought over $330,000. And a Romain Gauthier Logical 1 brought $140,000, a very strong result. Now, Patek was not to be left out of the fun. A 24.99 yellow bringing 1.95 million, and a 39.74, 1.8 million. When the dust settled, we had almost $30 million worth of watches sell, as well as many records being set. Now, the afternoon brought us to Phillips, and one of the busiest rooms I've seen in years at the traditional La Reserve spot. We started strong and it just kept going. The Datograph Pisa by Lange brought 250,000. A 5970p, 290,000. Both very solid results. And then the big dogs hit. The 24.99 Rose brought an astounding 3.5 million. And then there was the Milgauss, a 6541 from the 50s with an estimate of 500 to a million, which I thought was crazy, brought 2.5 million. The room exploded as the bidding went back and forth, and this was truly an extraordinary result. Even after the room cleared, we saw another Romain Gauthier Logical 1 hit 154,000. Now, I happened to be sitting right behind Mr. Gauthier. I got to meet him for the first time. It was an amazing piece. It was great to see him get his recognition he deserves. He was really having a fun day. Now, Sunday started early with Sotheby's, and honestly, it was not spectacular. After the first 2 lots didn't sell, they were priced very high, the 3rd lot sold, and then the tech crashed. For 45 minutes, we all sat there staring at each other, and the room really lost the energy. At the end of the day, we saw rainbow yellow gold bring 469,000, a crazy result, and the Journe Ruthenium, number 1, brought 597,000. Overall, it was the weakest of the auctions, but a couple of extraordinary lots. Now, the afternoon brought us back to Phillips for one of the great shows in our business. Now, RL Box is as good as it gets in this business, and he did not disappoint. We saw new records on early Daniel Roths. We saw the Dufour pocket watch bring $1 million. And then the Biver show. It was beautifully orchestrated with cheese, Chateau de Chem, 1949, and it ended up hammering in $1 million Swiss with Mr. Biver in the room. Now that we've had a few days to recover, reflect, and review the results, a few things become clear. 1, Rolex is amazingly strong, and the vintage seems like it's back to the highest levels we've ever seen. 2, Patek is very stable, and their vintage is also exploding. 3, the independents are still rising, and the market's getting broader and broader every day. Now, overall, 1,000 pieces hit the market in 4 days, and the market responded with over $120 million in sales. This was far stronger result than I was anticipating, and by any measure, a huge success. We will now move into the quieter summer months, but I believe we will see the broader market continue to strengthen after these results. It was a wonderful week seeing F.P. Journe, Rexel, Romain Gaultier, Biver, all in attendance and getting the accolades they deserve. I can't wait to get back in November.